Hello, everybody, and welcome to JapJap Live, or Late Night with JapJap Live, Episode 5. So, right now we're just gonna wait for some people to come on in before any real talking begins. I don't know. I just had a tape measure.
Where are you going?
Back in an hour.
Listen to this. This is classic.
Stop it.
Come on. Dear Miss Kringle, your eyes are as green as a meadow. Your smile is as bright as the sun. Your skin is as white as a snowflake. It seems like your life is fun. Really? Oh, hey! It's the writer himself. It's a real piece of work you got there, Perv. I wouldn't quit your day job if I were you. Roger Dodger. Roger Dodger?
Stop it. You are so graceful for such a big man. Really graceful.
Yes, Mother. Jim. Oh, come in.
Bow.
Another handsome man at the party. James.
This is Jim Gordon, the detective friend I was telling you about.
So nice to meet a friend of us. And
Nice to meet you, too, Mrs. Hill.
Mother, Jim and I have very important business.
Soon to be celebrating, don't you think?
Well, don't just stand there. Sit.
This won't take long.
I insist. Sit. I'm so very glad you called, Jim Gordon. It's been far too long since we've seen each other. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
I need a favor. Do you know anything about a narcotics detective by the name of Arnold Flash?
I've heard the name.
I'm investigating him and his crew for murder. At a wall. He's too well connected. I figured since Maroney runs the drug trade, maybe we could find somebody with the goods on Flash. But
Say no more. Favor is done. I'll make some calls.
and what do I owe you in return?
Friends don't owe friends, silly. They just do favors because they want to. Because they're friends.
Nobody gets hurt.
Of course, no one gets hurt. It's champagne.
Oh, dear me. What happened here?
Go.
No kidding. Thank you. Thank you, boys. Lovely.
I am dancing still.
You may go.
Oh, why you make them go?
Gabe, on your way to help my dear friend Jim, could you be a gentleman and take Mother home?
Sure thing, boss. Come on, Mrs. K.
The palace. My boy has a palace. Such a good boy. Don't worry. I will be back.
Wheels go round and round in my mind. Say that the road is nowhere to start a family. Oh, girl, stay by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully. You guys get it. Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream. I know it's not my normal time. I'm a bit under the weather, and the smoke and the temperature change. So me and Charlie are both a little under the weather, but you know, there's no days off for the homesteading man. And it's just so obvious when you see terrain versus germ theory, where germ theory you'd say, oh, I just caught a disease from my child. Whereas terrain theory would say, oh, we're both exposed to the same smoke and change in temperature, and we're now about to experience a purge where our body gets rid of toxins, which is good. I welcome it. But just to let you know, that's why I was a little delayed. And I'm glad I was delayed because I got some good gravy for you today that I went and had this morning. This episode, I think 941, I might have the numbers off, but it's called Slavery, the Joe Rogan Experience. Okay. Oh, and we launch Bertardia Times tomorrow, and it will be safe for all ages. There will be no swearing in Bertardia Times, no reference to pornography, no reference to politics. On this channel, I make fun of squirt boys and all that stuff because I'm trying to break spells, and you have to acknowledge the poison to do it, kind of like my current illness. But we still have to build a place that
NWA Bear, welcome, welcome, brother.
Great.
How you doing? What's going on, man? Hello, what's up, bro? I know there's a little bit of a delay, but what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, yes, dude, congratulations. I'm so happy you got your dog back. One time my cat went missing for like 3 days, and I was super stressed about that. So I feel your pain, man. I'm really glad you got your dog back. Any fun plans for the weekend? Any fun adventures to report from this week? Dude, I bet you, like, how did your dog get out? Did, like, you leave a fence open, or, like, what happened with that? That's exciting, man. Happy birthday for your daughter. Like, congrats on that. Trisha, welcome. Trisha, do you have any fun adventures planned for this week or weekend? Or did you have any craziness or adventures go down this week? Oh, dang. Yeah. When I was a kid, that's like whenever my dogs got out, like as a kid growing up, that's always how it got out. Either the side gate to the backyard was open, or like one of the doors of the garage or something was left open. I feel. Like I know a lot of times people watch streams just for like the gravy value, and the only thing I talked about today that was of any interest was like the Committee of 300 and the Club of Rome and Bilderberg and Bohemian Grove. So just like basic shit. Other than that, I was pretty brain dead for most of the day, just kind of relaxing. Trisha, do you have any fun stories you would like to share with the group? NWA Bear, do you have any topics you would like to discuss? Because I'm just in a really chill mood right now. Awesome, awesome. Family time is always wonderful. Anything specific like a picnic or like camping trip or something like that planned, or just kind of just generalized family time? Oh, nice. What do you plan on doing to your basement? Like, what kind of renovations? No worries, man. I totally get it. Nice. The power of children. Family. Whoa, that sounds exciting. What kind of new floor are you using? And like what influenced your choice on like why you chose the floor you did? Because I know little to nothing about basements. That's why I'm curious. Oh, dude, just over the years I've collected them. And these aren't my only blades. Like I've got other swords and knives hanging up all around my apartment. I think I've got a K-bar somewhere around here. Oh yeah, here it is. Got a K-bar. Oh yeah, and then I was showing off this scimitar a couple days ago. Yeah, dude. And then I've got it like I've got weapons out the wazoo. It's just silly. And I've been collecting weapons my whole life. So no specific place, just kind of wherever I go. If I can buy a weapon, I do so. And I'm back. I don't know why my video paused, but whatever. Max, etc., etc. Welcome, bro. How are you doing, my friend? Anything fun to report? Tonight's a very quiet night. I mean, obviously it's a Saturday night, so most people are off doing things. But this is kind of unique for me. That only a couple people are on. You guys are kind of busy doing your own thing. So, Connor Smith, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, my friend? Any fun adventures to report? You love a good sword. Your favorite is a blade you got off a crazy redneck you met in Northern California. I love it. You traded him a katana blade for a lighter. That's hilarious. Connor Smith, we're just chilling right now. Like, I'm in a very chill mood. I don't really have like a whole lot of gravy to report. Honestly, the only interesting things I talked about today was a little bit about the Club of Rome, Bilderberg, the Committee of 300, and Bohemian Grove. But most of us already know this stuff, so there's not really a whole lot for me to talk about, which is why I'm kind of leaning on you guys, which I kind of generally do anyways, because you guys tend to be way more interesting than I am. Whoa. So first off, where is Teddy Roosevelt Park? Like, obviously, I could just Google it, but I'd rather hear the information from you. And like, what gravy did you uncover in that location today? Like, and also feel free to jump on the stream and tell us in person, bro, if that's easier for you. Like, while I'm waiting for Connor to decide whether he wants to type his thing or just jump on the stream, I understand why people get sad. But whenever I get sad, I just think about all the blessings that God gives me. And it's just like, whoa, God, you literally just let me breathe another second. And I know that sounds super simplistic, but even that in and of itself is kind of a miracle. North Dakota, alright. You're eating right now, but you'll send me pics. Bomb. I'll definitely post or I guess repost your pics and tag you, for sure. Because I want to share that gravy, brother. Yes, mud flood gravy. I totally want to see that, brother. Mud flood gravy is legit. Well, Trisha, what state/country do you live in, and why would you prefer North Dakota? Other than the fact that they've got mud flood gravy, obviously. Is there any topic you guys want me to talk about at all? Because honestly, like, I feel a little bit... Oh, here, yeah. You don't need to see anything else. One of my best buds from the Marine Corps came from Ohio. Courage Bear, welcome, welcome. I feel your pain. I'm sorry that you have to live in Ohio. But grow where you're planted. And yet again, like, is there any topic you guys want me to just talk about? Connor says lots of driving in Ohio. Nice! Dude, thank you for the update, Courage Bear. When I talk to Trainer next, I'll definitely have to wish his wife a happy birthday. Thank you for that gravy. Because Trainer Bear is the best. Antarctica. Great topic. Would you like to discuss the pyramids that have been found and the castle structures in Antarctica? Would you like to discuss the Russian scientists and how they died? Would you like to discuss Newfoundland and Ward Bear? Welcome. Would you like to discuss the illogical nature of like this basic global treaty? Do you want to discuss the adventures of Admiral Byrd? Which, like, there is a ton of Antarctica gravy. So, Courage Bear, what kind of Antarctica gravy would you like me to discuss? First Aid Bear, welcome, welcome, brother. all of it. Well, so I guess like the Antarctica gravy kind of starts with, from my perspective at least, starts in the 1400s. There was a very famous Turkish admiral. Do I like MREs? I mean, if I had the ability to cook my own food, I would prefer that. But if I'm in any sort of like field environment, yes, MREs are legit. Even if they taste like shit, they give you the calories and nutrients you need to survive. And fair warning, that could be Marine Corps brainwashing speaking. Marine Corps veteran, I was brainwashed by the Marine Corps. So, I may be biased when it comes to MREs and the such. Oh, the forest they're hiding. Great topic. The only information I have, Courage Bear, as to the forests beyond the Antarctic wall, is in reference to the warfare. Do you like being constipated? Great response. The only information I really have in reference to the forests specifically is Admiral Byrd's flights and his diary. I've got a copy of it laying around here somewhere. And he spoke of once he passed the ice wall, he saw a vast landmass that was greater than the size of America, with massive pockets of resources, and he went into great detail about all these things. And then he reinforced, like, I guess he, not reinforced, but I guess he verified the contents of his diary in a interview with an Argentinian journalist just after Operation, not High Garden, High Jump? I always get those mixed up. A Market Garden was in Germany. High Jump. No, that's not it. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm having a retard fart. Just for my own sanity. Admiral Byrd, Antarctica. Operation High Jump. GDI guy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, dude, Courage Bear. Admiral Byrd was crazy. He was the first guy to ever fly over the North Pole, and he's arguably the most famous. I think he was Air Force. I think it might have been Navy, but whichever branch he was in, he was like the most famous guy ever in American forces. And he was the first guy to fly over the South Pole, and his journal is filled with all sorts of crazy adventures. And but so first we start with the Turkish admiral from the 1400s, where he mapped Antarctica. Then from there's a big jump to World War II. And yes, there are other sources, but I have not been able to independently verify these other sources to the degree of the things that I'm mentioning right now. Because there are other things that I could mention, but I haven't verified them completely. So then, beginning of World War II, just before World War II, New Schwabenland. It was this vast territory, a series of bases established by the Nazi Party, a bunch of submarine stuff. And there is an argument where after the Nazi elites went to Argentina, that was just kind of a temporary base. Then they went off to Antarctica and then beyond the wall. You want to read it bad? What's it called again? The Diary of Admiral Byrd? It's literally that. Leo, welcome. And then after the Nazi influence in Antarctica, then we go to the international treaty. Trainer Bear, happy birthday to your wife, brother. I heard she was crushing playing music earlier. And many congratulations to you and your wife, dude. I'm really happy for you guys. Yeah! But to continue, the second guest, who was I think I had three guests. I had Ohio Fire Bear at the beginning, and then I had the other dude at the end. Yeah, Band 2.0. That was an interesting conversation. But I loved how all of us, like, maybe it was the second, I don't know. Who was the second then? Oh yeah, you guys are right. Because it was Ohio Fire Bear, someone else, and then Band 2.0. But I don't know which guy you're referencing. So, like, please inform me more so I can go on that and get on your same level. What about the North Pole? I think that the North Pole is basically like the center of this, like, little plain, little area. Was it Bajo Bear? It was Bajo Bear! You're right! Bajo Bear was the second guest. Good call, GDI guy. Thank you. Bell Reaver, welcome, brother man. And Leo, like, the main grave... Yeah, dude, Bell Reaver, if you want to join, feel free, brother. But Leo, the only real gravy I have on the North Pole is mainly in terms of geopolitics. Plane Runner, welcome. Is how Canada, Denmark, America, Russia are the main, like, competitors, and also Norway, kind of ish, are the main competitors for, like, claiming land, and it's a whole, like, legalese complicated situation. But has he? Then heck yeah, Bell Reaver, Trainer Bear's encouraging you, bro. Get on, man. But other than, like, geopolitical gravy that I've got, the only other gravy that I've got concerning the North Pole is that, off the top of my head, is that there is a specific a bird, species of bird. It's about a, like, sparrow-sized bird, so relatively small. And the scientists have put like RFDI trackers on these birds, and where most other birds in these northern climate areas fly south for the winter, these birds fly north for the winter, and the scientists, like, even though they've got trackers on these birds, have to this day are unable to determine where these birds go. So they know they fly north, and my best hypothesis concerning that specific species of bird and their migration patterns is that there's some sort of magnetic vortex on the North Pole, and that would support the concept of hollow Earth. Maybe? I don't know. That's just one species of bird that I can't verify exists because I've never seen it before with my own two eyes. But that's what the scientists say. Wait, my phone was masked? What does that mean? Oh, so Courage Bear. So, basically, so yeah, I get where you're coming from. And from a completely legalistic perspective, I won't even bore you with all the details. But basically, in order to get a expedition approved, so like, if you are tracking, thank you, Trainer Bear. If you're trying to go to the South Pole, like to Antarctica, unless you get an official expedition like approved through all the proper channels, which has to do with the Antarctic Treaty, you will literally get stopped and detained by whichever Navy is patrolling that area at the time. Like, you're not allowed to go there unless you have a properly sanctioned and approved expedition. And in order to get your expedition approved, you have to have literally every single signatory nation of the Antarctic Treaty sign off and like, yes, you can do this. And before each country signs off, all the non-governmental organizations, like all the stupid little green groups, they also have to sign off on your bullshit. And all those groups get notifications. Like, it's complete bullshit. And in order for, like, even before the approval goes to all these NGOs, you have to show your route. And you have to, unless you're with a specific government agency, like, so if you're trying to get an independent expedition, you have to prove how you're first going to get to Antarctica without using a motor. Second, Cairo Wagner, welcome. Second, you've got to show them your entire like travel route, and when you're defining your travel route, you have to prove how you're not going to disturb the like local wildlife. Third, as you're going on your established travel route where you do not disturb any of the wildlife, you can't use any motorized vehicles, so you've got to walk the whole way. Oh yeah, Connor, it gets worse. So after you've established those things, oh, by the way, you've got to carry in and out all of your supplies. So we've already established you can't use any motorized vehicles. So you've got to take in all of your supplies, and then all of your shit, all of your piss, all of your everything, you've got to take out. And oh yeah, also another fun fact is every step along the way of this thousand step procedure, most of these approval applications that you have to apply for, most of them cost upwards of $100,000 a piece. So in many cases, even very well-funded groups that have tried this spend upwards of $1 million getting kind of close, but they never actually get to Antarctica, unless you're with an officially government-sanctioned research group. But then you've got a whole nother set of restrictions. Ta-da! Oh yeah, Plain Runner Bear. Agreed completely. And like I said at the beginning, I'm not gonna bore you with all the legalistic nonsense bullshit. That was just a couple of the basic requirements. There's more. Like, it's literally impossible to go to Antarctica unless, like, you're involved in some sort of organization that worships Satan somehow. Like, it's just not going to happen. Which, in my opinion, kind of validates the whole concept of flat Earth in the aspect where Antarctica, like, is the ice wall, and beyond the ice wall, there's other, like, land masses with arguably other animals, other species, like other things. And the satanic government system that rules this little plane doesn't want the average person like you and me to know about all these other wonderful, cool things, these other wonderful, cool aspects about God's creation. Seems reasonable. I mean, what's that the museum, the really famous Smithsonian. Like, if the Smithsonian has already been documented to hide giant bones, and dinosaur bones have documented to be, like, manufactured from chicken bones in China, it would make sense that, like, the powers that be want to hide everything beyond the Antarctic ice wall. They have yours, you can do, but it's a little loop that covers almost nothing. Oh yeah, you can have tours. Yeah, exactly, Plane Runner. It's like, well, that's part of the whole karmic release, satanic agreement system, where if, like, official Antarctic tours for the public were not allowed, then that would bring some sort of karmic, like, something on the bad guys that are preventing the, like, laymen like you and I from going to Antarctica, investigating ourselves. Kind of like the same thing why the very specific jurisdictional laws of like the sky when it comes to, like, flying. So a couple years back, I was working for a city councilman in Phoenix, and at the time, the city of Phoenix was working on making the laws on how people were allowed to fly drones. And so I was a part of that discussion, and it was really informative for me. Like, obviously I had no important opinion, but me being a part of that discussion, I was basically taking notes and just listening to the important people talk. But I was in the room, so that was kind of cool. And so, the elite hiding land for themselves, untouched makes... Oh yeah, Courage Bear, of course. If they can hide, like, all off on these little islands, yeah, they're going to do so. What if Satan wanted fear and nothing happens? Well, obviously Satan always wants fear, and as long as we crush and focus on glorifying God and continually cleansing ourselves from various sin patterns, obviously none of us are perfect, but we all have our own unique journeys. But the more we can lean into God's path for us, the more we have nothing to worry about. Yeah, Courage Bear, exactly. Like control of water, control of power, control of everything. The Grabblers want to control everything. That's kind of SOP, standard operating procedure. That's how they roll. You want to hop on once you get this munchkin to sleep? Alright, word. Yeah, dude. No rush whatsoever, brother. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. I was answering all you guys. Oh yeah, so karmic release. So it's like, if they didn't allow for these like official public tours and completely closed off Antarctica to everybody no matter what, that would have that, like, spiritually speaking, there would be some sort of, like, karmic negative backlash to whoever was enforcing that law. And so to avoid that, it's very easy. You just give the common people, the goyim, for lack of a better term, basic access to the land. And if those people who have basic access to the land do not have a desire to further inquire about that land, that's on them. And that's how they get around the whole Antarctic thing. It's really simple, really stupid. Ben 2.0, welcome, welcome. But like, that's literally how like most of these satanic agreements work, because it's not hiding in plain sight. It's just so blatantly like just there. And that's why so many of these various conspiracy theories of like Q and stuff are so silly, because according to the spiritual laws of God's creation, most things have to be like, if like, let me word this properly. So the larger the conspiracy, the larger the potential karmic backlash. So for people who are aware of such spiritual realities, the larger operation they attempt, the more they put it in plain sight to karmically cover their ass. But like, obviously for like little scams of like one retard trying to steal money from you, those things aren't going to apply because that retard doesn't know how to do anything. But in other news, so my first two trays of plants all died. Well, this actually, a couple plants from the second one died, but now we have the third tray. And so I've got cantaloupe, cabbage, pinto beans, and Paris Island lettuce. And then with every batch of plants I grow, I do one token marijuana plant. So I've got one of those in there too. So this is my third round of plants. And so the first round, for those of you that don't know, everything died. The second round, a couple of them are still alive. And so I've got my fingers crossed for those bad boys. But might as well start the third round and try and get as many plants growing as I can, right? Well, Leo, the whole Patriot Food, or what is it? The mainstream like conservative food brand or whatever. I've got like 6 months of food with them, and then I've got like 6 months of water saved up. So like on that front, I'm good to go. And then in addition to that, I've got other resources saved, so I can definitely turn my apartment into a fortress pretty easy. But preferably, I would like to start a homestead before shit hits the fan. Congrats on your seeds, Band 2.0. Whoa! Courage Bear! Why are you being stingy with the gravy? You know everybody wants to hear more about this, bro. That is... So, for everyone who's just listening, Courage Bear says, the reason why I brought it up is the whole forest in Antarctica is because he was getting drunk with a Navy scientist who did core sampling, and he was the one who said he walked around in a giant vast forest filled with animals. So Courage Bear has talked to a Navy scientist who's literally been past the ice wall in a forest filled with animals and trees and shit. Courage Bear, give us some gravy, bro. Come on. That's like, unless that's all you got, like you didn't get more details from the scientist, like I get top secret shit, blah blah blah. But if you've got more gravy, then please jump on and tell us, or at least type it out if you can't jump on, because we're all dying to hear more about like from this Navy scientist. Plane Runner, yes. Courage Bear's Navy scientist basically was in Narnia, and we want to hear about it. GDI guy, very valid hypothesis. One hypothesis that I have considered is that all, or at least the majority of our like myths and legends of like dragons and gnomes and dwarves and elves and like all those kinds of things, like minotaurs, like all these crazy things. My hypothesis is that those beings are either A, now extinct, or B, much more likely, they still continue to do their species thing and live. It's just they're outside of the ice wall. That's my best guess. Yes, Courage Bear, that is your mission. Simmer the gravy and ladle it to the bears. Alright, Band 2.0. Either A, you're referring to one of, or multiple, hypothetically, of literally hundreds of access points down to Hollow Earth. And to be quite fair, from what I know about it, if you like really went, like the only way to completely verify that whatever like cave system that you're aware of actually goes all the way down to Hollow Earth, you would have to sneak past supernatural defenses that would legitimately kill you. Just from what I know. Unless magically you took the Admiral Byrd route and you went through the big hole that's in the South Pole, which I don't agree with. Like, basically I'm saying I call bullshit, Ben. Like, Ben 2.0, I call bullshit. But if you have more information that proves me to be an idiot, I would love to, I guess, explore that. Yeah, dude, Courage Bear, could you imagine, like, so all the, like, so many, like, medicines and shit come from the Amazon? What if, like, the majority of our medicines came from those forests behind, like, beyond the ice wall? Well, so, Leo, the first men did not get rid of the Nephilim. So for a biblical reference, it talks about how the Nephilim existed not only before the like pre-Diluvian, before the flood of Noah, but also after. For example, Goliath of Gath and the tribe of Rehoboam and various other biblical tribes. Band 2.0, we're actually waiting for Bell Reaver Bear. He's got priority right now. Either him or Trainer Bear, because I told Trainer Bear yesterday that he's got priority. So right now it's either Trainer Bear or Bell Reaver Bear. But then to expand on the Nephilim, there was the Giant of Kandahar in like the early 2000s, I want to say, sometime before 2010, like between 2003 2008, I believe. Where Bell Reaver, you've got priority, dude. You and Trainer Bear. So welcome back, brother. And congrats on putting your kid to bed. But the Giant of Kandahar killed an entire special operations team in the early 2000s. And then in World War II, there were reports of Nephilim killing American Marines and Japanese Imperial soldiers in the Solomon Islands. And from both accounts, 6 fingers, 6 toes, flaming red hair, double rows of teeth, like super tall, super wide, like just standard Nephilim shit. And that's like in our lifetimes. So, and then like beyond that, the book of Revelation says that some of these angels that have been, like fallen angels that have been bound under the Euphrates River in the times of Revelation, when they break out, like 1/3 of mankind is going to die. So, like, all these things, there's, like, the book of Ecclesiastes says there's nothing new under the sun. All these things are still here. It's just, at this time, we don't have day-to-day communication. And to be quite fair, from my understanding of Nephilim, which eat people and are super vicious and mean and smell really bad, I'm glad I've never met one in person. I don't want to. Like, it took an entire special operation, like Green Beret, or no, it wasn't Green Berets. it was an Army Ranger squad. It took an entire squad of Army Rangers like a full minute. Like if you've never been in combat, a full minute of combat is a long time, especially at close quarters. So an entire special operations squad, like Army Rangers, took a full minute to take down one giant at close quarters. And according to their like testimonies and stories and stuff, like it was intense. Yeah, Courage Bear. Like there's like obviously the Giant of Kandahar is the most famous account of late. Yeah, Trisha, like if your husband told you about this stuff, like he's not lying. There are a variety of other accounts that are not as well documented as the Giant of Kandahar. But throughout that whole mountain range, there's tons of various accounts. In fact, what I find more scary than the giants in the whole Afghan mountain range are the trolls of Norway. So there are, you guys have all seen those massive like metal like power lines where it's like this massive metal structure with like 50 power lines going through it. And so like those are like the main like power lines for like long distances in America and stuff. But over in Norway and like the Nordic countries, there's this area where like let's say there is a city over here. I'm just using a hypothetical because I don't have the exact map to show you. But let's say hypothetically there's a city here and a city here. So logically, one of those big power lines would just go from here, just straight line to here. That makes sense. But in reality, this big power line, not only does it go from here to here, but there's a point about like a quarter or a third of the way from one city to the other, where it makes a big loop for literally no reason. There's no municipal areas that need power, but it just makes a big loop, like fact. And there's a lot of people that have questioned it, and like they've looked into various sources of gravy for it. But according to what I've looked into, it's basically like a massive like electrical effect, giants and trolls and shit up in Norway, like mythological creatures. It's literally designed to keep them.
How's it going, Jap?
Man,
Jap and friends? Can you guys hear me?
we can hear you, man.
Perfect. So I'm going to go a different way this time. It should be a little more well lit.
Yeah, right now you're a little bit in the dark. I want to see your pretty face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Dan, welcome.
So how'd you guys do today?
Dude, honestly, today was just like super chill for me. I just started getting back into working out, and
Nice.
so 4 days ago was like my first workout, and I did 10 sets of, dude, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but this is literally all I could do because I was so pathetic. I did 10 sets of 2 pull-ups just so I could get 20 in. And like today, so 4 days later, it was pull-up day again, and I got 4 sets of 5. Or no, excuse me, 5 sets of 4. And then after, so I instead of taking 10 sets to get my 20, it only took me 5 sets. And then after that, I did another 10 sets of, another 5 sets of 2. So I did 10 more pull-ups than the last time. And to be fair, it's still really embarrassing to be like, I'm excited that I did 30 pull-ups today. But you know what? Compared to last time, yeah, I did 10 more pull-ups. So, win.
Yeah, I picked up a, it's not a machine, but you know those things where it has the pull-up bar? It has a place where you can hang on to and do your ab lifts. It also has a place to do dips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those from one of my buddies in right off Lawrence Expressway. Train, you'll probably know where this is. Sunnyvale, like a real rich area. And he was just giving it away. So I was like, yeah, man, I'll take it. Why not?
Dude, they just gave it to you? Those things are
Yeah.
expensive.
It's from Gold's Gym. It's a nice one too. He gave me it. It's got the
Oh, dude,
it's
epic
got
come up.
it's got the
That's,
manual. It's got everything.
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm happy with the guy, man. He's a good friend now. He was a good friend before too, but I'm messing around. Looks like an anonymous mask. Why? Because it's so dark. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to avoid the facial recognition, and no, I'm not doing anything. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I've like stolen some like peaches and shit, but that's it.
You are allegedly a law-abiding citizen.
Well, I'd write that on paper for sure. Yeah. Like if the job interview is gonna ask me, have you ever been arrested? Oh, never. No. What do you mean? And it's true too, but you don't know that.
Well, I mean, even if I did know that you've already been arrested, if you use a street name, then you've
Right.
outfoxed me
Right.
from the leagues.
Right. See, I also started working out again this week because it's pretty. My story is also pretty fucking pathetic, but I've put on like, for my peak physical fitness, I've put on like 60 pounds, and it's only been maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. So that's why I'm out here kind of walking, because I try to do lunges, and I used to be able to do it with my two. I have my own weight set. I used to be able to do my lunges, 8 on each leg with 5 sets each. I used to do 80 pounds. And I tried that 2 days ago. I got 4 in before I was like out of breath and feeling weak. So I went down to 40s and I was able to complete it. It's on the live stream. You see me start on Instagram. You see me start with the 40s and then, or the 80s, and then you see me just give up. It's like, oh, fuck this. But and now I'm like sore.
Saying, in 10 years, you'll be saying, 10 years ago, I was in my prime.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still in my prime, like,
Warbear says,
but I'm just fatter.
fitness, I've only put on like 100 pounds.
Yeah. I don't, no offense to you guys, but I don't really want to be saying that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like they're just making jokes, but
I
yeah,
know.
like everyone.
Well, for me, it's
is on
like,
the same page
yeah,
as you, brother.
2 years ago I was very fit. It's like, oh fuck, 2 years ago. Imagine 10. If I keep on this path 10, I'll be 400 pounds, fucking rolling into a McDonald's or something. Like that's the level of degradation I'll be. I'll just be like, you fucking milkshake, and then I don't want to do that.
Yeah, like I completely concur. Like, even though, according to my current knowledge of like my non-linear journey,
Here we go.
I am at like not my physical peak. I'm fully aware, not only in this like current physical reality that is yet to play out in this non-linear existence, I have potential to reach a greater physical peak, and then beyond that, in the spiritual, there's going to be greater peaks beyond that. So it's like, all right, just because I'm a little bit fat now, and I used to be in better shape according to like my current understanding of linear time, even though time is non-linear, let's grow the fuck up and move beyond that, and just stop crying and just work the fuck out.
If you keep worrying about it, you probably get fatter. You're like, I'm so
Dude,
fat.
exactly.
And you start fucking eating chips. Oh, I'm such a
All right,
fat piece of
pause.
shit.
Bell Reaver, you've got first priority because we got 20 seconds left.
Sure, no
But
worries.
we'll be right back, all right?
Yep. I'll be right back here.
All right, cool.